Hey, what's up users? This is John at Muse for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code. And in this video tutorial, I will be showcasing the new big menu widget found at museforyoushop.com. This widget allows you to choose from 11 different full screen menus for your Adobe Muse website, and I've taken the time to make sure that this widget is really customizable. I have the 11 different menus here, and I will showcase each one. So the first one we have here is called Corner, so I'll click there. And then we click on Open Menu, and we have this nice big menu coming in from the bottom right hand corner. Very good. And each menu has 5 different menu items that you can link to internal pages or external pages. Very good. Then I'll click on Corner Shape, and I'll click Open Menu. We have this nice kind of folding effect happening for the menu. Then I'll click on Door, and I'll click Open Menu. We have that nice kind of sliding door effect there. Very nice. Then I'll click on Genie, and I'll click Open Menu, and it kind of comes in from the bottom like a genie. Very nice. Then I'll click on Huge Ink, and I'll click Open Menu. We have this nice big sliding menu coming in. Very nice. I'll click on Little Boxes. It's probably one of my favorites. Click Open Menu, and we have a bunch of little boxes kind of animating the website there. And we have Scale, kind of pops in from the center. Very nice. We have Simple Genie, just kind of pops in from the bottom center. Very nice. We have Slide Down, comes in from the top to the bottom. Very good. And we have Slide Right, comes in from the left to the right. Perfect. And we have Slide Up. Very good. And then this last link here just links to museforyoushop.com. Very good. So those are the 11 different menus that you can add to your Adobe Muse website with the big menu. So in this video tutorial, I'll be showing you how to access the widget and how to use the widget. So let's begin. So to access the widget, you go to museforyoushop.com, then you click on Shop Now. And here you can get access to all the widgets for $39 a year. You can subscribe and you get access to all the widgets in the shop and any new widgets that I come out with. So you just click here to get access to that for $39 a year, or you can use PayPal to subscribe as well. So right down here we have the big menu. So if I click on it, you can purchase individually, or you can again subscribe to the yearly plan for $39 a year. And then once you get the widget, you just download it. It's in a zip file, and you just extract it, just unzip it, and then there's a .mulip file. You just double click the .mulip file, and it will install to your Adobe Muse website. So I'm going to open up my library panel. Once it's installed, it goes to your library panel. If you don't see the library panel, you can just go to Window and click on Library. And here I have my library panel. And I'm going to scroll down, and right here I have the Muse for You big menu widget, and here are the different menus. So we have the different menus, and one is called the name of the menu, and then you have the name dash full. Now full is if you have a high resolution screen. This allows you to see all the widget options in one widget rather than in two. I just decided to include that in case you have a high resolution like a 27-inch iMac, and you can see all the widget options at one time. If you don't, you can just use the one that doesn't say full, and it has 2 widgets, and you can just use the widget options in between those 2 widgets. So I'm going to start off with the first one here. It's called Corner. So I'm just going to click, hold, and drag and place onto my Adobe Muse website. Very good. So here we have the styling options. The first one is the styling options, and it has the big menu logo here, or cover art. And if you click the blue circle with the arrow, it brings out the widget options. So here we have the options. For the menu open, you can change the overlay color, you can change the overlay opacity, you can change the font color, you can change the font hover color. You can use any typekit font by simply typing in the typekit font here. And I'll show you how to do that in this video tutorial. And you can select from over 700 Google fonts. Very good. And you can also select the font weight. You can make it thinner or bolder. If you go higher than 400, 400 is about normal. But if you go higher than 400, it'll become bolder. And if you go lower, the font will become a bit thinner. And then you can select the link cursor type. You can choose from over 20 different cursor types here, or you can add an image for the cursor type for the menu. Now the image has to be 128 pixels by 128 pixels for it to work correctly. And then for the close button styling, you can select an image for the close button. You can select an icon as well, and I'll show you that in a second. You can choose from over 400 font awesome icons for the close menu icon. You can choose the icon close color. You can choose the icon close hover color. You can choose the icon close size. And again, you can choose the close button cursor type. You can choose from over 20 different cursor types, or you can select an image for the close button cursor. So those are the styling options here, and it's pretty much the same across the board for all the other 10 menu items. I'm working with one here, so in total there's 11, but for all 11, these options are very similar. Okay, very good. And then we have the links option here. So if I click the widget, the blue circle with the arrow, I have the second widget here with more options. So for the open button, we can style the open button. We can choose a text for the open button. We can choose a font size for the open button. We can choose the open button font color, the open button background color, the open button radius. So I can actually make it, pretty round like so. We can see that it changed here. And I can change the font family. Again, I just, I can type in a typekit font here, or erase this and choose from over 700 Google fonts. Again, I can make the font thinner or bolder. I can make the button transparent, so you don't see the background color. So if I say yes, we don't have a background color there. Very good. And I can choose again the open button cursor type from over 20 different cursor types, or I can select an image for the cursor. Very good. And then here's where I can link the menu items, and I can change the text for the different menu items. And for the close button icon, this is where I can select from over 400 font awesome icons. Very good. Or I can use an image for the close button. So if I go to, let me change the radius back to 0. So we have a nice square open button. So I'm just going to simply put this open button in the center, and I'm going to make the widget a bit bigger so that the text open menu is right in the center. Very nice. And now I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser. And if I click on Open Menu, we have that nice effect, the corner effect for the menu. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do some styling to this menu just to show you how much you can do with the big menu and the different options. So I'm going to open the styling options here. For the overlay color, I'm going to change it to, let's say, yellow. Overlay opacity, I'm going to set it to, we'll set it to 1 so you don't see anything behind it. Yeah, and then for the font color, I'm going to change it to, let's say, green here. So we'll do yellow and green. The font hover color, we'll make it white. Font family, I'll just erase this, and we'll use a Google font, so I'll just change it to any Google font. We'll leave the font weight normal at 400. For the cursor type, we'll just change that to one of these. We'll do that. I'll scroll, or maybe we'll do a crosshair for that. And then for select an image for the close button, we're not going to use an image, but we're going to use an icon. So we won't add anything here. And for the icon close color, again, I'm going to use, I'll use this light blue. Icon close hover, we'll say orange. This probably isn't going to look the greatest because I'm just randomly selecting colors here. And for the icon close size, I'll do 50. I'd recommend probably not going higher than 50 because you might not be able to see the entire icon if you go higher than 50 in pixels. And for the pointer type, I'm actually going to add my Muse for You logo, and I'll do it here for the open button as well. Okay, so we just styled it a bit there, and now I'm going to go to my link options here, and we have a few more options here for the open button. For the open button, again, I'm going to erase the font family. I'm going to use a Google font and just kind of randomly selecting a font. That looks pretty nice. We'll leave the font weight normal. We don't want the button transparent, and I'll add my Muse for You logo again. For the open button font color, we'll say, we'll leave it at white, and then we'll change the background color to this darker orange here. Very nice, and looks good. And we can change the open button font size, so we'll say 32. We'll make it a bit bigger. And instead of having it say open menu, we can just say menu. Very good. And for the link 1, we'll just kind of link it. So I'll say Google, and then here I'll write Google. And then for link 2, I'll just say museforyoushop.com, and I'll type in here for the link text museforyoushop. And then for the close button, I'm going to randomly select another icon. So we can choose from over 400 different icons. Very good. So we've just styled the menu. So now I'm going to go to File, Preview Page in Browser. And if I click on Menu, we can see the different font there, and we can select the font style is different, and everything looks really good. Very good. And if you notice, the image cursor isn't showing up. Now what I just did, I just went back and I've changed the image cursor, the image to an image that's 128 pixels by 128 pixels. You want to make sure that the image is 128 by 128 or less in order for the image cursor to work. So I've just kind of re-added the image there. So now if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, we see we have the image cursor there. Very nice. So if I click Menu, all of them have the image cursor. Now it's probably, I mean, this example isn't necessarily the best because it's a little bit obtrusive having that big logo there when someone wants to click. So I'll just simply remove the logo there from the different cursor types. So now I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser. I'll click Menu, and we have this really nice menu. And I used a crosshair for this, just for fun, and very nice. And so if I click Muse for You Shop, it takes me to museforyoushop.com. If I click Google, it takes me to Google. And we can see that the close button is this H, which is the icon we selected down here. And we can select anything. File, Preview Page in Browser. I picked Pied Piper. So very cool. So we can select anything for the close button, and you could even select an image for the close button as well. So if I go to the widget options here, and here where it says select an image for close button, I click Add File, and then I have this cross.png file here, and I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser. I'll click Menu, and we can see we have the X over the icon here. So if we wanted to remove the icon here, we go back into this widget option, and where it has it here, the different menu, the different icons, we say none. So we don't see any icon there. And I'll go to File, Preview Page in Browser, click on Menu, and then we have this big X here for the menu close button. Very good. So you can put any image there and get really creative with how you want your users to see the close button. Very good. So if I put it like right up here, and I say File, Preview Page in Browser, we have this nice menu, and the user can just click Menu, and it'll bring up that nice big menu. Very good. And the other thing I will show is how to put this on your master page. So if and putting it on your master page allows you to create multiple pages without having to reinsert the menu. So I'm going to hit Command X to cut these widgets from this page, and then I'm going to go to my master page down here in my plan view, and I'm going to right click and paste in place, and this just kind of takes the widget from that page and puts it onto the master page. So if I have any other pages, each of those pages is going to have the menu. Okay, very nice. And I'll just create another rectangle here and just fill that there. So we have different pages there. So I'm actually going to link the menu to internal pages. So I'm going to call this page 1 and page 2. I've showed you how to link to external pages, so now I'll show you how to link to internal pages. So to link to internal pages, we're going to open up the master page where we've added the menu, and here I'm going to go to my link options, and down here, and I'm just going to move the menu real quick so we can see the widget options a bit better. So I'll open it up, and here we have, we've already used link 1 and link 2. So for link 3, I'm going to say, to link it to an internal page, you do dot, backslash, and then the name of the page. So the name of the page was page 2, so I'm going to write in page-2.html. Now there's no uppercase or no spaces in between the link. So if the name of your page is, let's say, my page, you would just do my dash page, no uppercases, and be sure to put a dash where the space was when you named your page, and then .html. So again, for the next page, I'm going to say /page3.html because I named the other page page 3. Oh no, I named it page 1 and page 2. So I'm going to go back and rename this here to page-1 and page-2. So remember, no uppercases and no spaces. Instead of a space, you put a dash. Very good. So I'll hit enter, and then for the text, I'm going to say page 1 and then page 2, not page 3, page 2. Very good. And I'm going to go to File, Preview Site in browser. If you want to preview all the pages on your in the preview, here you go to Preview Site in browser. Very good. So I'll go to Menu, click on Menu. I'll go to page 1. That's page 1. And then here's a good example of an element being over the menu. If you want your menu to be on top of everything, you go to your Layers panel, and then down here, we're in the master page. So in the master page, go to your Layers panel. Then we have this piece of paper here that says New Layer. We'll create a new layer. And then anything that's on layer 1, which is the big menu, these two widgets here, I'm going to bring to layer 2 and make sure layer 2 is on top of layer 1, so that in any of the pages we have, if we go to the Layers panel, we see we have layer 2. We can't edit layer 2 because it's the master page, so we have to go to the master page to edit it. But this ensures that the menu stays on top of all of the other elements. Okay, so again, we did that by creating another layer in the master page and making sure that layer is on top of all the other layers. So when you're creating elements or designing your website in other pages, just be sure to design it on a layer that's below layer 2. So on layer 1, or you can create a new layer and put it below layer 2. Very good. So now I'm going to go to File, Preview Site in browser. And again, I'm going to click Menu. I'm going to go to page 1. And now we can see that the menu covers all of the elements. And I'll go to page 2, and perfect. I'll go to Muse for You Shop, works very nice, and Google. Very good. And this menu is very responsive. So with the new responsive design coming out, this menu will work really well. You just want to make sure that you don't kind of name your menu items too long because it might get cut off like we see here. But for mobile devices, this text will get smaller, so it'll look just as well. But you can experiment and make sure that you check out when you're designing the website how it looks on mobile, tablet, and desktop. Very good. Yeah, so yeah, with Adobe Muse becoming responsive, this menu works really well. So I'm just going to change that Muse for You shop text. I'm going to just say Muse for You, just so it isn't as long. And I'll go to File, Preview Page in browser. Very good. There, that's better. So it doesn't get kind of cut off and go below the bottom here. So we have this nice menu. Very nice. Perfect. So as you can see, everything is customizable, and I've already showcased all the different animation effects, or the 11 different menu items in the beginning, and I'll just go back and kind of show you the different ones there. We have corner shape, we have door, we have genie, very nice, huge ink, perfect, little boxes, very nice, scale, very good, simple genie, very nice, slide down, perfect, slide up, or slide right, very good, slide up, nice, and then Muse for You Shop takes you to museforyoushop.com. Very good. So that's pretty much it for this widget. Again, to access the widget, you go to museforyoushop.com, click on Shop Now, and then you can get all the widgets here in the shop for $39 a year by subscribing for the yearly plan, or you can purchase each widget individually. So the big menu is here. You can purchase it individually, or again, you can get all the widgets for $39 a year and any new widgets that I come out with. And yeah, so 11 different full screen menus for your Adobe Muse website. Very good. So that's pretty much it for this video tutorial. Again, thanks for watching. And again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. If you like this video tutorial, you can subscribe below. Also below in the show more section are links to other resources. Just click on show more and there's a few other links there to other resources, widgets, and yeah, just helpful resources down there. Very good. So yeah, again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. And be sure to check out museforyoushop.com. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.